Welcome to the Magma Classroom, our weekly digital painting study session in partnership with Wacom. This particular classroom series focuses on the basics of digital painting, starting with the fundamentals of value, shapes, light and color. We've done a good few apples and spheres already in previous lessons, tried our hands at some more interesting still life studies, broken down simple landscapes, and even run a gauntlet of timed exercises to speed up the learning process. These 1-hour study sessions are aimed at beginners finding their feet with digital painting, illustrators who want to tackle new subjects to grow their visual library, and more experienced painters wanting to warm up or wind down with something different from their usual work. I'm your host Ryan, the resident artist at Magma, and together we'll be sharpening our skills each week with a new subject to study. Top up your mug and grab your drawing tablet. While you wait, be sure to subscribe if you're not already so that you can stay updated about future sessions. We'll be getting started shortly. Is my face. There it is. Hello, welcome to the classroom. So this week we are focusing on doing a little grassy landscape, something that might be a little easy for some of you, but for the more beginners maybe it's a bit of a challenge. Looking at surface level, there's all this detail, but we have some ways that we can speed things up a little bit and break it down into something that's not overly complex. So if you want to join along, first things first, you will find a link in the stream description, which will let you join the Artspace first. And then from there, the Magma Classroom Artspace, I'll pop that in the chat as well. And then from there, you can follow the link to the canvas. And then, yeah, you can, sorry, just something in my throat, killing me slowly. And then we can paint a little bit together. Copy link. Alrighty. I think everything's working. I hope technology is going to play along with me today. You never know. So let's pop this in the chat real quick. So the first link I'm going to post here is for the Artspace. And you'll have to join this first. And then from there, you can follow the link to the canvas. Now we have two images on our canvas here. And we'll focus on the one, but I know some people like to work, well, not like to, but some people can work a little bit faster and might find that the 1 hour allocated for this is just a little too much. In which case, there is another image here, which has some fun shapes to explore and a little bit of depth of field to play around with as well. Nice opportunity to play with our filters. But we're going to stick to this one for the time being. We're going to keep it real simple. And maybe we can put our new brushes to use. On that note, actually, anyone who joins in and participates, if you spend some time here, if you haven't already in past streams this month, you'll get access to our brushes for 7 days. All of our Blaze features, in actual fact. This is part of our partnership together with Wacom, who are enabling this. All
all frequent frequent contributors to our streams will get access to Blaze. So that runs for 7 days. You can get once per month. Now, on to some drawing. The first thing I want to do. Now, this is very, very simple shape-wise. Hello, Nova Rift. If you want to join us in the canvas, you are most welcome. I have a bunch of canvases down here below. If you can't see them when you do end up joining, there's this little film strip icon on the bottom left. You click that, it'll bring up the sequence panel, and you can grab one of the available canvases. Alrighty, so first things first here. I kind of want to work from back to front. We've got a really, really light sky, overcast, slightly bluish background. So I just want to, that needs to be a little brighter. I just want to pop in a bit of that, maybe even a little lighter, I think, yeah, there we go. That's really just to get that top bit in. And this is just a study, right? The idea is not perfect paintings. You want to try get some elements of it right, some nice little shapes. You've got a little mound over here, another mound here, path that winds through. Just some little things. You can go stylized, you can go realistic, whatever. If you do want to go more realistic, it's probably going to take a little longer, which is fine. That's what we're here to do. We're here to put in the time. And then our overall green, look, this is the first thing I want to look at, right? Is try and get the broad shapes of color and of value. In terms of value, things are fairly light. If we look at our color wheel, it's sort of a mid value through most of it. It bounces around quite a lot, lots of little shadows in there. But I want to go for a sort of mid yellow green, something not too saturated. I want to go, just because it's grass doesn't mean I want to go like super saturated green, right? I want to find a sort of desaturated-ish, fairly light. And I'm just using a square brush here. I'm not interested in anything fancy at this point. There's a slight downward sort of slope here. We'll refine all these shapes later. The idea is to go from really simple to more complex over time. And I've probably not made enough space for myself here. It's a very narrow image. So what I'm going to do is just use my transform tool, very lightly narrow it in. There we go. Now I feel like I have a bit more space. Back to the pencil. Now in the front, things are a little darker. It's difficult to assess a kind of light direction because it does seem to be a bit of an overcast situation, but there's definitely some shadow in here. So let's go. Hey, Mountain Pirate, feel free to come and join us if you haven't already. I see we got one person joining on a canvas. There's plenty of canvases available. Ooh, let me put on some music. Don't wait for me. You guys can go right ahead and paint. I'm going to put on a little tune. I've noticed this a few times throughout my day where I have been wearing my headphones and no sound coming out of them. I suppose I'm just using it to kind of block out a little bit of the ambient sound. Ah, there's Mountain Pirate. I didn't recognize your icon. Here's a tune. I'm going to put it real soft. I don't want anything competing here, in case you want to listen to some of your own music. But I need a little something. What else are doing? So in the shadow here, is it warmer, is it cooler? These are the kind of questions I want to ask. There's definitely some, whoa, and cheeky canvas refresh. Don't do that to me. Why is my music not playing? So color-wise, yeah, we went for this sort of mid-saturation, mid-value, but as we come in here into these shadow areas, obviously much darker value, and saturation varies considerably. This to color pick at all. That's not what I want to do here. I want to train my eyes to see the color. So here there is a bit of warmth, shadows It's mostly just a straight down kind of thing. I'm going to come a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit into the cools. Let's see. Let's do that. And I just want to get this rough shape in. Not interested in perfect things, just overall shapes. It sort of takes up more or less half this grassy area, right? This is our view. And we have, what else have we got? We've got a more saturated bluish green in this little section here. Let's go a little bit more than that, a little bit more blue. That doesn't quite look right. That's better. Just looking for these simple shapes. This can come up slightly lighter. This exists sort of in the middle. Very abstract at this point. And we've got a shadow in here as well. And then down here, I've got a bit of this similar sort of green around the edge of all of this. I'll refine all these shapes later. Dun, dun, dun. That's a bit much. Let's make my brush a bit smaller. Just a little mound over there. And then we've got this brown. We've got this brown down here. Quite desaturated. A little bit reddish. Things are generally kind of dark over here. Probably darken all of this a little bit. I'm just lightly dabbing down because I've got my pressure and flow tied together. So I'm just lightly dabbing some things down. This is almost triangular. This mound here. We've got a bit more in this section. Okay. I'm just squinting my eyes here trying to find the shapes. So it looks, it's going to look like a mess for a decent period of time. I don't want to dive straight into my grass brushes right away. And as this goes off into the distance, it blends in a bit more with the grass. Touches of all of that in there. It's often quite tempting to go straight for a brush that's like the thing that you're going for right away, but you kind of want to hold off on that. So I don't want to go. We do have grassy and leafy brushes, but yeah, I want to give some time first to that. Hey Lego, welcome to the stream. Feel free to grab a canvas for yourself down below. Yeah, we just here studying. We just here studying. And I'll just slowly refine these shapes a little bit more as we go. There's quite a bit of yellow in here. Let's get some of that. But I'll use the brushes more to blend around through some of my edges. I haven't actually painted something like this in a long time, so it's a nice little challenge. Nice little challenge indeed. And a bit of a shadow in there. If you are a bit intimidated by the color, you're welcome to tackle this just in grays. Value studies are always good. It's not the most exciting in terms of values, but there's definitely some shapes to work with there. See, because now once I've got this basic shape in, to tell me that it's grass, I don't need that entire mound to be done with the grassy brush, right? I go hunting for them here. Textured and foliage. Good. And I can use this just to sort of dab in a little bit. I can just turn off the adjust the, where's the setting I'm looking for? Angle jitter. Let's drop that down a little bit. Bring down the spread and spacing. So I'm just going to be tapping. Now that just tapping around it adds a little bit of fuzz things. You can do the same with the darks, but that's enough information to tell me that this is a grassy patch. I didn't need to do the entire thing there like that. And normally with foliage, you kind of want to start from dark to light. It's a little easier to do that rather than the other way around, because stuff that's getting all the light is going to be towards the outer sections of a patch of leaves or grass, right? A little bit of that in there, a little bit of it in here. And we have two different types of foliage brushes. And fancy one, which sets a pressure right now, but let's turn that off. Gives a little bit of a finer thing. Yeah, that's a bit excessive for there. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I just wanted to show that. Oops, I still have it set. That's what I want. Let's go back to my trusty square brush. Keep building up the shapes. It's darker here as well. This is the core thing, right? Getting your shapes and values right before the brushes and all that. Most of the time it doesn't matter what brush you're using. But you want to get the shapes right first. And you'll be able to derive plenty of information from that. I'm doing this all on one layer, sort of gauntlet method, as Wes Gardner might put it. One layer, at the moment one brush, avoiding undos. I don't want to do any undos. Rather add more paint than, sorry, that plosive must have been quite high. Rather add more paint than erase. Thinking like a traditional painter. Yeah, there's even a bit of orange in here. Again, just trying to squint my eyes. Squint them eyes. Orangey browns to play with. Oops. Some of this grass comes over. And notice as well, like detail-wise, we lose a sense of the detail going off into the distance. Obviously, that's got to do with the depth of field there and things kind of blurring out. So you don't want to try and get super fine, detailed grass off in the background because our eyes aren't focusing there. And there are some flowers too, which we'll be able to add. Manju, Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, the one day we do the grass, your tablet's still not working. It really sucks. Have you tried it on another computer? Does it also give issues there? But we're doing this again on Thursday, so maybe you can get things fixed up by then. Here's hoping. Holding thumbs for you. Tomorrow will be fixed. Cool. So we'll do another grassy landscape on Thursday. We kind of stick to the same theme for both classrooms during the week. Get this dark section in here a bit more. Really just spending time with my shapes here. Like these sections here, like definitely with it being a darker value, that's definitely going to stand out from this pathway patch over here. And you can exaggerate some of these shapes too if you want to, because some of it's a little difficult to read. So far, you guys off to a good start. Hey, Eyebrow. The Night Owl joins. Yeah, we'll do some flowers in there as well. We've got some stuff we can use for that. Even just simple circles. Midnight snack delayed you. Well, this is, if something's going to distract you, it should be food. Although you could also be like Cybernaut and then end up just drawing such gorgeous food. And let's see, I'm going to lighten up my background a little bit. Just lightening up a little bit to on the horizon, fading that out. My wife is a champion. Oh, delicious. Fresh orange juice.
Lemonade.
Or lemonade. Citrusy goodness. Yeah, see, we've got some others watching. If you guys want to join in, don't be shy. Don't be shy. There's a canvas for everybody. You get a canvas. You get a canvas. Everybody gets a canvas. We got plenty down here. We've got what have we got? 35 minutes left of the actual stream, but you know, you don't have to stop there. You don't have to stop there. You can keep going. Keep going, I say. Yeah, so I think I want a bit more orange in here. Let's get a little bolder with the colors. A bit more orangey brown. I take it, Manju, you intend to be joining the classrooms with us once your tablet is sorted. We're not doing studies of Kilroy. A little bit of light here. A little bit of flecks of light in here. Okay, I'm still using the square brush. That's so fun. Okay, obviously I have added here to demonstrate some of the brushes. For now, I don't feel the need to go over. This shape's not right. Let's do this. A little darker down here. Nice sippy cup. Some goodness. Oh, nice. Taking advantage of the 7-day blaze there. I hope that sped up a little bit of your process. You got a lot of ground to cover in those sessions. Let's see, it's a little too saturated. Let's dial it down. I feel like this could be browner. Cool. Well, add a cool vibe. Well, that's if the brushes do that, I'm happy. This path has a distinct darker edge. It sort of blends in. Okay, from a distance, it's starting to look like something. There's this other mound here that I haven't quite got. This mound. I haven't got this mound. This was a bit excessive. It's all right. Could actually bring this whole thing up quite a bit. Didn't quite get it right. But again, not fussed with fancy brushes just yet. That looks a bit funny here. Scary glitching creatures. This campaign sounds like a lot of fun. Still have a few months to wait before I get to rejoin my table. It's gonna be so good. So something, you know, if you're trying to hide a little bit of try and get a bit of that depth of field look, right? If what you're seeing in the distance is a bit blurry, this is often going to be the case in cameras. I mean, when you're looking out there, your eyes are going to refocus. But what you can do, an easy way to tackle this, you can do it from the front as well. Let's do it from the front. I'll just set some sharper pieces, just to make an example. I'm going to duplicate this layer. Because I'm working on one layer, it's pretty easy. I'll duplicate this layer. And then I'm going to go to my filters and set the Gaussian blur. See, now that blurs it out quite a bit. I'll save that. And then with my eraser, set to be quite soft, I'm adjusting the hardness. Also desaturate and bluish, depending on the time of day. Yeah. I'm going to drop the density and opacity. Make sure my density is set to pressure. And I can kind of erase from this layer because I've dropped those settings quite a bit. And we can bring the other elements back into sharper focus. So that way you get a bit of like fuzziness in the front, and while you're focusing kind of towards this mound here, everything else is a little fuzzy. And you can control this because we've set the density and opacity really quite low, and the hardness. You can very gradually adjust this look. And if you're happy with it from there, you can just merge it down. Hey TBT, welcome. Free to grab a canvas. Okay, so let's get these shapes right again. Yo, what's good? Well, my juice is good right now. And the challenge of a grassy landscape. I haven't been able to do any painting today. This seems to be the case every time I've got a stream to do. Don't have the time to do any painting during the day. Been busy working on a video with a different mode. So I'm glad to just be painting a bit now. Very fuzzy. Okay. Another little bump out over there. Stuff here. That's gonna come up. How's my audio for you guys today? Is it behaving? Does it sound alright, or is it a bit stuttery? I think today it's fine. All good. That's what I like. That's what I like. Hey, Hearth Relax. Didn't see you join the room. Okay, we're getting somewhere. was definitely a little early on that playing with the filters, but it was just to demonstrate it. Something I'll have to kind of go back and do later once I've got all the various things in place. I mean, I would say things are there now. I can start playing around with other brushes. This mount here. Put that down there. A quite light clump over here. There's a bit of shadow that runs down this way. I'm sure this track is due for a change as well. Let's do that. Let's do that. Actually, that was just on time. So let's get a bit of grass in. I'll do it on a separate layer just to start. I'm thinking a little bit about the size of my brush. The budget is pretty much off. The spacing and the spread. I've got a slight bit of size jitter, that's fine. Play with that angle a little bit. I'm always like adjusting my brush a bit so that it's not too. I want to make it less predictable. It's a little tricky here, but. Okay, with going way off into the distance, if you are using a grassy brush, then just be sure to adjust the size accordingly. Okay, start making some better progress here. There's way too much jitter. Angle jitter. Oh, we're already 15 minutes out. This does not look good for me. Of course, as I always remind everyone else, and I have to remind myself too, the idea is not perfect painting. It's the XP gained while trying to figure it all out. That's the important part. Lighten this section up a little bit. Saturate. How are you guys finding this? Challenging? Not so much? Boring? What do you think of this sort of reference? like I also mentioned, there is, although we're running low on time now, maybe we'll tackle the image below our current reference for next time. Got a mixture of rocks and grass and a bit of flowers. Landscape art, indeed. I think the key with stuff like this is to simplify a bit more, which I didn't do so well. A lot of color variation, yeah. Like I'm lacking some of the sort of yellowy browns. Quite a bit more dark here. Shift to those blues. And let's see. This could also follow a bit of that pattern. It branches out into the road a little bit. And then, of course, there's all these little flowers and stuff. So how do we tackle those? I think with a bit of spacing and spread of which brush? Even just a simple like egg brush could probably work here. Take that, put it on its side maybe. But we do have other like leafy looking things which could work. Put a bit of spread in. Let's see what that does. Oh. Okay. Angle bitter. Space it out more. Okay. Playing around with my brush to find the right settings for it. We've got some of this white-ish bits. And in terms of spread, I actually want this to go... Oh, I can't see the color. Good on tangent. Let's do it on normal speed. Interesting. Okay, so I've done that on a separate layer. Should make things a little easier. I'm gonna make it quite small. Making that smaller. A little bit some sort of values there, a little darker there. Come up here. Oops, that was too big. There's also a bit of these yellowish ones. So yeah, having adjusted a bit of the spread there, you can get a little bit of a look of the buds of various these little, what do you call them, cottontail type of things. And then maybe even a bit of these pretty pink flowers. Let's make it a bit smaller. A bit of angle jitter. A clump of those there. I'm going to have one in here. Oops. Even out here in the distance, I could do. Let's change to a different brush, different foliage. It's a little flatter. This I'm gonna. He's gonna get blurred anyway. We're 5 minutes out from the end of the stream. If you're having fun, don't feel like you have to leave. now having so many brushes available, it's time to start setting my my brush presets to make better use of my favorites. Speed up the selection time process. So the moment I'm scrolling around a little bit to find them. So on Wednesday, everybody, our theme for the clubhouse, our more casual hangout, is going to be, if I remember correctly, delicious food. I do need to actually go and check this because now I'm doubting myself. I'm pretty sure delicious food was on the menu for the clubhouse. Yes! I'm gonna go check this quickly. Let's make sure. Next thing, I've got eyebrows, hopes up. And it turns out, oh, no. Sorry. That is indeed the case. Our theme is greedy goblins, they can be greedy for food as well, I guess. You can bring some food in there. Where did I put where on the month did I put delicious food? It's in here somewhere. But no, we're following on after orcs from last week, our musical orcs, into greedy goblins. That's the plan. I'm checking. Let's have a look. Where's my clubhouse? Ah, yes. Delicious food is next week. Sorry. My bad. Just take it away from me. My hopes, my dreams. But that's definitely going to be a fun one. Both of them. The greedy goblins too. I know we got our fantasy, our skilled fantasy fellas in the community who like to draw their fantasy creatures. This one's for you. Well, there we have it. We're at the end of the stream. Not quite ready yet to call this done. I have a lot of not sharp edges where there probably should be some. Yeah, there should be a little bit of yellow. Greedy goblins. The next term of your course is landscapes? That's cool. Maybe we're going to have you running one of these classroom sessions. Landscapes is still something I'm trying to spend a little bit more time on those now. Grow those skills. Environment design, cool. When do you start your next thing? When is next term? I don't know what that. He's scared. Yeah, environment design is. It's such an important aspect of a world. I think it could be a lot of fun though. Tomorrow, next week. Okay, so by the time we get to August, we'll be ready to bring your environment design to some of our August streams. Well, August canvases. Let's not say the streams because you're working hard. You can't always be up so late. But one of the canvases is looking to some of the environment schoolism courses, the ones by Nathan Fowkes. Yeah, I really need to get onto those. Time is just such a tricky beast at the moment. But I absolutely love Nathan Fowkes' work. It's just blows my mind. It's phenomenal.